Hey there, detecting fans. This is Johnny, and you are watching Arc Detect. If you don't mind, subscribe. And if you like the video, click like. Hey, welcome to my wrap-up show. This is the cleaned up version of the things that you saw me dig in Cottonwood, Minnesota on my hunt there. And just wanted to briefly go over the things that I found in their cleaned up state. And we are going to call this the good finds, and this is the great finds. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. We have here a buckle and two belt clasps. I don't know whether these two or these three things were related, but I found them pretty darn close to each other. And the name on the belt clasp is Barilla. Might be able to see that. And I know this is a belt or a buckle of some sort because of the back. And I'll let you take a look at the front of that. Beautiful old belt buckle. Next, one of my favorite finds. It may not be a best find, but is this little bell. The little jingle thing in there, or the little jingle thing wasn't there, but still it's made of brass, and no doubt probably was part of a Christmas ornament or maybe a wreath, or it might even have been on a sleigh. Next, an escutcheon that I have no doubt would have been on some furniture. Metal detectorists find these all the time, and I just find them to be fascinating in the workmanship that was put into them to make them as beautiful as they are. Next up, we have a lipstick case, and you might be able to see a little bit of gold color coming through there. In my research, I just don't think it could be anything else but a lipstick case, a very small one. You might be able to see compared to my finger, it's not, it's not huge. Next, I believe this is a musket ball. Many different things went through my head, including maybe a ball bearing. It's super heavy, or possibly just like a metal marble, but it's definitely lead. The weight would suggest that. And it does have some imperfections in the shape, even though it looks completely round. Maybe from your point of view, there's definitely some imperfections in the roundness. So. Pretty sure that that's a musket ball, and that'll be my very first that I ever found. Weird that it would be found in a town that was probably settled in the late 1800s. But I imagine that, they probably still had musket balls laying around. This one has not been fired as far as I can tell. Last of the good finds is the watch. And in my research, I found out that this, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's a little flag with a star in it. Is the White Star Line watch that was made by Hamden. Incidentally, a watch found on the Titanic was from the White Star Line made by Hamden. So just a little bit of a history there on pocket watches, but I found that fascinating, and it's so much fun. It's so much fun looking up the history of these things that you find. And now let's move on to the best finds. First up, we have the doorknob top, or the lid that would have fit on a doorknob, and that is so beautiful. It's got the star in the middle and all the very, very cool fancy along the edges, if you can see that. I hope you can. But that's definitely a best find for me. I just think it's beautiful. Next, we have 10, count them, 10 wheat cents. And the dates on the wheat cents went from 1909 to 1956. There was one from 1919, 1930, 1932, 1939, 45, 46, 52, 54, and 1956. So a nice spray of dates going back about 40 years in between. Next, we have the token that I found, and this is a Missouri tax token, sales tax token. And it also says on the back side of the token, receipt. So someone would have gotten this token as receipt for paying their taxes. How it ended up in Cottonwood, Minnesota, I have no idea. Next, I found 3 buffalo nickels. Love the history behind the buffalo nickel. It's probably one of the favorite things that I find. And just knowing that when this nickel was made, or the Native Americans were being treated really poorly. And it's just ironic and kind of sad that our country would make something with a tribute to the Native Americans and the buffalo during a time when they probably weren't being treated very well. Next, I found 1 Indian, and it amazed me when I was finding all the wheat cents, and I found the buffalo nickels, and I still had not found an Indian head till nearly the end of my last day of hunting. But this is an 1899 Indian head. Beautiful, beautiful coin. Next, this beautiful skeleton key. You might be able to see that it has a hollow end, and there are the little incuts with either the number 3 or the letter E on it. I'm kind of thinking that this might have been a hotel key, and anytime that you see a number on a key is likely associated with a room at a hotel. I've read that and it makes sense. This probably was a hotel key that somebody took with them by accident and then lost it or threw it out. My very best find of my Minnesota trip was this beautiful quarter dated 1906. And wow, super excited to find it. It was an amazing, amazing moment for me. That's the second quarter that I've found in my hometown. Absolutely beautiful artifact. So that'll wrap it up. If you haven't already subscribed, I'd appreciate you subscribing, and please hit the like button if you like this video. I will be back detecting again at some point. Just have had some physical issues of late, and have really had to kind of tail back on my excursions. But thank you for watching, and have a great day.